Hey guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea back here again for 100% Chelsea for another edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. This is the show where we take stories off the internet relating to Chelsea and discuss them. So let's get to it. Now the first story I think has to be the main one. I'm still buzzing from last night. Chelsea 2, Porto 0. I was at the game, did the fan cams, but what a win it was, a crucial win, probably one of the biggest of this season. The boys really stepped up. And, you know, we are through now to the last 16, so now we can look forward to the draw, which is taking place on Monday. And yeah, I just kind of want to talk through the teams we can get, because of course finishing top of the group means we will avoid some of the bigger teams. I still do think there are some very tough teams within the teams we can get, you know, this little group. So I'll go through them so we can get PSG, who we've played quite a few times in the past couple of years in the Champions League. Good memory 2 seasons ago, but not so good last year. PSV, who of course were in the group that had Man United in it, so they beat them. Then you have Benfica, who we have played in the past, Juventus, Roma, and then Ghent. But as I say, it's not exactly easy. There are some teams in there who have good players, and that's the Champions League, really. I don't think you get many easy games. I think if we get Ghent, I think we've got a result. But they've obviously done well to get through to where they are. So looking through it, of course, personally, the best team within there, in my opinion, probably is PSG. I know Juventus got to the Champions League final last year, so probably, if you were to rank them, probably Juventus and PSV would be the toughest of those two teams. The good thing is, though, we've got home advantage in the second leg, which is massive, which we need to take advantage of. So looking at it, you know, probably I'd say Ghent, definitely. I wouldn't mind having Benfica. We've beaten them a few times before, and Roma aren't exactly the team they used to be. So, guys, let me know in the comments, out of those teams, who would you like to see us get? Who do you think would be the easiest? Who do you not want to see us get? Because there are a few in there that could be a little bit tricky. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. Let me know who would you like to see. And yeah, we can look forward now. No need to free up your Thursdays because Chelsea are still in the Champions League. Next is a story that kind of surprised me in a lot of ways. Some of you remember Adrian Mutu, you know, when he came in at Chelsea, scored a lot of goals in Ranieri's last season at the club. And yeah, didn't really play much. And the reason he didn't was because he failed a drug test. And of course, Chelsea rightly sacked him. Now, he's come out and called Jose Mourinho a fake. He's called him, he is finished as a coach. It's a scathing attack on Mourinho, saying he doesn't care about players, saying that he wouldn't have time for you if you wanted to go and speak to him. I think it is a bit ironic for someone who failed a drugs test, who played professional sport, to call someone else a fake. I just do, and I'm sorry if that sounds a bit harsh, but I think if you're going to come out and call someone a fake, you know, you've got to have good backing in yourself. I mean, you just look at Adrian Mutu. He was a good player for Chelsea for this year he came, but we don't want players like that at the club. I have strong opinions on this. And, you know, I think it's a bit stupid in his part, and the hypocrisy of it is just mind-blowing for a guy to come out and call someone like Jose Mourinho such a fake, and calling him finished as a coach is so disrespectful. He himself is at fault for not getting a chance at Chelsea. He took those drugs, he took the risk, and he eventually got sacked by Chelsea rightly. So really, I don't take much into this. I know there's been a lot of criticism for Jose this season, but this one for me is just not valid at all, calling someone fake. And also, you consider all the other players who played under Jose at his time at Chelsea, and also other clubs, you know, the time he spent at Chelsea, you know, the players who don't even play for us anymore, who just say completely the opposite about him. So I don't take Adrian Mutu, someone who failed a drugs test at Chelsea years later, didn't get his chance, now complaining. But tell me your guys' thoughts. What are your thoughts on Adrian Mutu? And the last story is kind of a more positive one. I'm kind of happy about this story. Diego Costa, after last night's game, has now admitted that he believes he made a mistake when he threw the bib at Jose Mourinho. I think we all believe in that. He wants to get back to goal scoring form. He thought it was a stupid move on his part. I'm happy Diego's come out and said something like this. I thought it was a stupid move on his behalf, not just because the disrespect it showed to Jose, but also just because, as we know, with Chelsea and the media, it's just like, especially this season, any excuse they can have to use it to talk about Chelsea in in-depth analysis, you know, they'll use it, and I think that was just a ready-made opportunity. He didn't need to do that. It was a stupid move on his behalf, but at least he's recognised that. After last night's game, in my review, I did kind of criticise him because there were stuff that frustrated me, but looking back on it, looking at the highlights, I do think he had a better game. He didn't have an amazing game, still not at the standard that we want Diego to be at. But he was trying, and that's the main thing. There are still frustrations within his game, but Jose, says that Diego, he's saying good stuff about him after he had that talk to him. It seems Diego has taken it on the chin. He's now moving forward. He is working hard in training. We hope now, Jose, as he said, that he believes goals will come to Diego's game. Let's hope that is the case. So that has been it, guys, for this edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. As I say, let me know your thoughts on everything I've said, the stories I've discussed, all of that stuff in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter at Son of Chelsea. Also, you can check out my own personal YouTube channel, Son of Chelsea, link in the description. And social media links for the channel will be in the description below. And I'll see you again.
It's a fresh start instead of the Premier League, which we're really low in the table, and a lot of fans are really unhappy with that. So I think